Hello, my name is Kenya Wallach, and today we're going to talk about how to export an Examview file into Blackboard. I'm going to walk you through this process step by step. The first thing that you need to do is to create a folder on your desktop labeled Blackboard Tests. The reason why you do so is so that every time that you have a test in Examview that you are going to export, you are going to save it to that one file folder so that you can easily access that in Blackboard. Once you've done that, then you move over to Examview. You can export an already existing test, or you can create a test. As you can see, I've already created this test, SOL Prep Expressions 1 Quiz. It's already been saved as an Examview test. Now I'm going to export it for Blackboard purpose. Go up to File, go down to Export, and then move to Blackboard 7.1-9.0. Please do not select 6.0 to 7.0 as that we have moved to the 7.0 plus version of Blackboard. Once you are in the export file area, make sure that you are saving this document to Blackboard Tests Blackboard Test folder that you've created on your desktop. Now you want to create your name. The naming convention that I use is BB for Blackboard, and then the same name as the original document, which is SOL Prep Expressions 1 Quiz. Save. Test name. So that's the name that I want it to appear as once I export it into Blackboard. And I want it to say SOL Prep Expressions 1 Quiz. I have the option of putting in a description. I don't want to do that. I'm not changing the format because I still want it to be in HTML. The feedback will be in using the rationale within Examview. Image directory, and so what I'm going to put here for image directory for my pool is Algebra 1. Now once I've done that, when I move over to take a look at my desktop file, you can see that I have it as a compressed zipped file here for my Blackboard. Now I've logged into my Blackboard Learn account. The course that I'm going to place this test in is going to be my Algebra 1 SOL review. The place that you need to go is down to Class Tools, Tests, Surveys, and Pools. Click Tests, and you want to import a test. And then you want to browse your computer, and notice for me, because I've done this before, it is already at the BB SOL. If this is not your first time on this computer using it, then you would have to make sure you go to your desktop, your Blackboard Tests, and then your BB SOL Prep Expressions. Click Open. Click Submit. You know that it has been successful because it has test import complete. This package has been processed. Once you have this screen, this screen appears, now you can go back to your course content area, go into expressions. Now we can add a test, and the test is sitting right here because remember, that's how I named it. Hit submit and make sure that you make this link active. There are a number of things that you can do in order to allow students to have multiple attempts. You can force complete after, once student has started, they must finish within one sitting. You can have a timer, so a student will only have an hour or 2 hours or 30 minutes in order to complete, and then it has an auto submit. You can have it to have a timed release in terms of release. It will display this on a certain day at a certain time. You can even have it set so you have to give a password for it. So in order for a kid to take the test, they may see it, but they can't access that test until you give them the password, whatever you want it to be. You can actually differentiate your instruction or your assessments, because you may have students with disabilities and have different versions of a test for those students that covers the same content, but the rigor level has been dropped in order to accommodate for their needs. And so you can have test delivery to be based on groups or individual users. You can have your due dates, so it must be completed by a certain date and time. You can have this as a self-assessment option. You can have it so that it provides or does not provide feedback to the students immediately. You can change the presentation of the test so that it's all at once, or it could be one at a time. You can have it so that it prevents backtracking, so once you have answered one question, you can't go back to the previous question. And you also have option of doing a random selection. Once that test has been submitted, then you see the test here. I'm actually going to move this up to this point. So now this test is available. So that you can see that this test looks like my Examview test that I've already created, I'm going to go over to Edit Test so that you can see what the test looks like. So it has 15 questions. Each question is worth 1 point. And you can see the answers are there. You can see that. And I did use math type in order to create some of these here. And it all did transfer over. Even the rationale that I created in Examview for if you get the correct response, this is what it will show you. If you get an incorrect response, this is what it will show you to kind of give you some guiding practice or understanding effective feedback to the students. Okay. So, as you can see, the test is there. It took only moments to export the test from Examview and import it into Blackboard. If you have any questions, please feel free to get in contact with either myself or Adam Wallach. Have a great day.